I'm good, Mike. How are you?
Great, man. Good to catch up with you. You know, Sam Bradford, when he got here, everybody thought it was just a flip, and then it's been about a month or so, and he's still here. Is that gaining steam again that Bradford could be on the move?
Well, only if they're getting Mariota. I mean, I look at this as I think when the season ended, Chip Kelly's first thought was, I need a new quarterback. Nick Foles is not my guy. I'm not going forward with Nick Foles. Who can I get? All right, obviously plan A is, is there any way we can get Marcus Mariota? I mean, we're picking 20. It's not going to be easy to get up to 1 or 2 or wherever Marcus is going to go. I think there was early rumors he may fall. That was silly stuff because he's going to be a great quarterback. He's going to go very early. So I think in Chip's mind, he tried everything he could, and he's still trying to get Mariota, but you have to have a plan B. And I think plan B was okay, well, the best, in their mind, the best available guy out there was Sam Bradford. The Rams are making him available to us. Let's get him. That's, if we have a fallback if we don't get Mariota.
So obviously they make the deal to get Bradford because they felt Bradford was an upgrade over Foles. If they were in fact to move Bradford, they obviously believe that Mariota is an upgrade over Bradford, but if they were to move Bradford, they would have to get, obviously Cleveland is the name I believe that you had involved for that 19th pick. That would be
Cleveland has made it clear that they like him. So that's
right, but the assumption would be if they move Bradford, like you said, is that they would already have a deal in place. They're not going to just do this trade and not have a deal in place, right?
No, it's a 3-team deal basically. It's if this happened, and I heard this from another guy in the league who said that during their meetings it came up that, hey, did you hear what might be going on? And it would be basically a 3. All 3 teams would be involved at once. So they can't just trade Bradford to Cleveland.
Okay.
And then Tennessee says no, or vice versa. So they would get the 19th pick from Cleveland, and then they would send 19, 20 Michael Kendricks and Fletcher Cox to Tennessee for the number 2 pick. And again, this is also all prefaced on the fact that Tampa Bay doesn't throw another monkey into the mix by saying we take Marcus Mariota.
Sure.
They have to say they're taking Jameis Winston before any of this can happen.
How much because correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, the Browns also wanted Bradford when he was with St. Louis, but one of the hang-ups there was the extension. Is that still a hang-up?
Right. Well, I thought so. I really did. I figured when I wrote that the Bradford's agent, Tom Condon, I believe, made it clear to Cleveland that you can trade for him, you can do anything you want, but we're not signing an extension with you. I thought in my mind, okay, well, that takes Cleveland out of the mix or not. But apparently, from what the people in Cleveland are saying and reporting, the Browns are still interested. So maybe they're convinced that once they get him there, they'll convince him that it's a nice place to be and you'll do well. I don't know. I mean, I can't think for the Browns.
Right.
But, I don't know why they would still want that. But, hey, the Eagles took him without an extension, right? The Eagles traded for him without him signing an extension with them yet. So
is Bradford kind of holding off on signing the deal as well because he doesn't want to sign an under market value? Is he almost like Jeremy Maclin was where, hey, I don't want to sign an under market value. Let me show you that I deserve more money. So is Bradford part of the holdup?
Not about a holdup. If I'm Sam, and I said this the day the Eagles got him, if I'm Sam Bradford, I'm not signing an extension. Why should I? I'm making $12.9 million this year. Okay, that's not bad money. What kind of an extension are you going to give me? I mean, you want to give me an extension to lower my cap number this year. I understand that. So you have to give me at least $13 million up front minimum because I know I'm making that. So I'm not going to take less than that total. I'm probably going to want more. If I'm doing you a favor by extending my deal to lower my cap number, well, you got to make it worth my while. So if a team's now again, if they're willing to knock him over with a crazy deal, I'm sure he would take it. But no one's going to go crazy for him. So if I'm Sam Bradford, I say, okay, I'll make my 13 this year. God forbid I get hurt again. But if I do, I'm done. I'm not going to play this game anymore. It's just not meant to be. And I walked away with $86 million that I've earned in my career. I think his grandkids will be okay, right? $86 million.
I think he's doing all right, and that's a big part is that he made so much money off that first contract.
He's going to make every penny of that rookie contract that he signed with St. Louis back in 2010. So financially he's okay. Now, if he goes out this year, stays healthy, and let's say he's still with the Eagles, there is no Mariota trade, and he puts up good numbers, and the Eagles make the playoffs. Now he's worth what, 15, 18 a year? I don't know. I mean, there'll be nobody else out there probably. He's going to be in line for a really nice contract, whether the Eagles re-signing or someone else makes him an offer.
Mark Eckel.
Sam Bradford can't lose.
Oh, I agree with that. He's in a good spot here. Mark Eckel, NJ.com. Let me ask you about their desire for Mariota. He had said, look, we don't want to give up the farm. We're not trading the future, yada, yada. Obviously, that they're going to have to do so to get there. So is that his way of a smokescreen because everybody knows that's who he wants?
Yes. I mean, he said we're not going to mortgage our future. Well, what does define that for me? What's mortgaging? To me, Mariota is your future. You didn't mortgage your future. You acquired your future. I mean, if that's your guy,
yep,
you don't go anywhere in this league now without a franchise quarterback. I mean, that's just the way the league has been designed now. The days of Trent Dilfer, just managing the offense and letting the defense and a running game win a Super Bowl for you is never going to happen again. That's just not the way the league is. The way the rules are now, it's a quarterback league, and you better have a good quarterback. So I don't buy this. They're mortgaging their future if they trade away some picks and some players to get a guy that could eventually maybe take them to a Super Bowl.
Mark, you've been covering this team for a while in the league as well. Is that deal, 19-20 Kendricks and Cox to move up, is that a good deal for Philadelphia?
Yes. Yes, I think it is. Because like I just got done saying, it's a good deal for both teams. I mean, I don't think they're getting over on Tennessee by any means. I think it's a fair deal. I mean, to go from 20 to 2, you got it. That's what people believe me. My emails, my Twitter account have been blown. Oh, I like everything but Fletcher Cox. Well, come on, that's the key. Tennessee doesn't want a backup offensive lineman. They don't want your third string running back. They want something good. They want one of your better players. That's Fletcher Cox. I mean, again, I think it's a fair deal. I think the Eagles would be getting a marquee quarterback, which is what they need, a guy that they really want, a guy that they feel is the perfect quarterback to run this offense. They're giving up, really, in essence, forget giving up number 20 because you're getting number 2, so that's kind of a wash. Forget giving up Bradford because if you get Mariota, Bradford, you don't want Bradford anymore anyway because you're not paying $13 million for a backup or a mentor. That's Sanchez's job now. So you don't need Bradford. And, all right, Kendricks, good player, but they have inside linebackers. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year and may want to go to a 4-3 team anyway. So basically you're giving up Cox. You're giving up Fletcher Cox, a very good defensive lineman. But let's be honest, he's not J.J. Watt, right?
Right. I'm in agreement.
Very good player. Fletcher Cox is very good. I'm in no way am I trying to undervalue Fletcher Cox as a player, but Fletcher Cox, so really it comes down to, would you give up Fletcher Cox for a quarterback? I would trade a defensive lineman for a quarterback that I think is my guy almost every day of the week.
No doubt. Mark Eckel with us, NJ.com. Mark, as we get closer to the draft, everything seems to be focused on Mariota, but are there any other draft nuggets or notes that you're hearing as we get close?
You mean throughout the league or Eagle-related?
Mostly with the Eagles.
Well, I mean, it's all about Mariota there. But if they don't get him, then they're not going to go home. They have to still have to make some picks. So I think at number 20, if Tennessee just takes Mariota or San Diego trades up and takes him, and Eagles just wind up staying at 20, I kind of think it's going to come down to Nelson Aguilar, the wide receiver from USC, or Byron Jones, the defensive back from UConn. And I kind of think the Eagles. I know the Eagles like both players. I don't know which one they like more. I wish I did know which one that they like more, but I don't. I personally would take the wide receiver Aguilar. I think he has a chance to be really, really special. Jones could be good. I don't know. He hasn't really played enough. He blew up the workouts, but guys like that scare me a little bit.
No doubt about it. Well, I think you've covered the draft for a long, long time. I don't know that there's been any more intrigue than in this year. I know every year, they could trade up or down, but this has got to be
this is one of the better ones. This is going to be one of the better. And I think, and I also think, even if they don't get Mariota, or if they do, it's the biggest story in how many years. But Kip's going to be doing things. I don't. If he fails to move up from Mariota, he may make another trade. There are players he's going to move. He may move a Michael Kendricks anyway, just to get another pick or something, or move up somewhere else. And I don't think I'm going to be bored Thursday night, Thursday night or Friday night. I think I'm going to be kind of busy.
I agree. Mark Eckel, at Mark Eckel 08 on Twitter, and NJ.com for more on this Eagles draft. Thank you, Mark.
No problem, Mike. Take care.